Good morning, everybody. Hope you're off to a great start to your Tuesday. Right now, we're taking a look at what's happening yesterday, following all of the severe weather. Beautiful blue skies for us across all of South Texas, and we're going to continue to see that beautiful and clear weather now as we head into the day. So I do have my Facebook Live up. Like always, I can see your comments if there's anything that you want to talk about or ask about what's happening for the rest of the week or even things that happened yesterday. So first, just taking a look at what's happening right now. Beautiful day for us. Clear skies, but big changes for us across South Texas. Taking a look at what's happened over their 24-hour temperature change, we've seen a really big drop in those temperatures. That's a cold front that's now moved in following that severe weather, and all across Texas feeling that colder air. So temperatures have dropped to about 6 degrees for us here in San Antonio, but Lubbock already feeling a 20-degree drop, Dallas-Fort Worth 12-degree drop, and going to continue to see those temperatures cooling now as we head into the day. So be prepared. It is going to be a much cooler afternoon for us compared to what we felt over the last few days when those temperatures were in the 80s. But this is a really cool graphic. It shows our dew point temperatures, and that was really what helped with that severe weather yesterday, helped to fuel it, was the dry line that moved in. So the dry air met with all of the moisture, and the moisture is what we see in green. I'm going to pull up my pointer here because it makes it a little bit easier to explain what's going on. So all of that moisture, the green that we're seeing where the arrow is pointed, that's now pushing across Houston and into Louisiana, Mississippi, and that's where the chance for severe weather is now going to be for today. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. But what we're seeing right now, all of the brown, that's the dry air that's now moved in. So we've cleared out of the chance for severe weather. We're going to feel much lower humidity, not that moisture that we felt yesterday. The moisture is now pushing in to the south, and that's where there's going to be that chance for severe weather today. So taking a quick look at our temperatures right now, 63 in San Antonio, 67 in Pleasanton, 54 if you're in Boerne. So if you're in the northern part of San Antonio, feeling cooler temperatures already, going to continue to feel that cooler air throughout the day. Somebody said, good morning. Good morning, Adriana. Hope you guys are all having a great day. David said, Round Rock has tornadoes. Yeah, Austin really saw a lot of that severe weather yesterday, and we're going to take a look at that in just a minute. But first, just wanted to dive into what we're seeing right here as you're heading out for your morning. As far as wind speed and direction, wind's now coming in from the northwest, and that's really filtering in that cooler air, that cold front that's moving in right now. Still gusty wind for us, really feeling that wind speed still picking up about 20 miles an hour across South Texas. Yesterday when I was walking my dog, trying to talk to my parents on the phone, they were like, are you in a tornado? What is going on? So still going to be feeling that gusty wind throughout the day, but will begin to diminish as we head into the rest of the afternoon and into our Wednesday. So as far as our radar, things are clearing out. San Antonio is looking dry. This shows the last 6 hours. So that is what we're getting here, a 6-hour time lapse. And you can see where the severe weather has moved out. I'm zooming in a bit for us so we can see that line of storms now crossing Houston, moved off the coast completely, but it's moved into Louisiana. And yes, I can move this. We can see where there are now watches and warnings in place across portions of Louisiana. That area in yellow is showing a tornado watch that's currently in place. Let me move this. Okay, so the area in yellow across Louisiana, that's the tornado watch that's now in place as that line of storms continues to strengthen and moves across Louisiana and into Mississippi. So that's where the area of severe weather will be today. Taking a look at our rainfall estimates, my neck of the woods in San Antonio, we received absolutely no rainfall. Never rained once beginning in the afternoon. We saw a little bit of that morning rainfall, but everything else in the afternoon was dry. We didn't really start to see rainfall move in until New Braunfels, about I-35 there, was pretty good mile marker for where the rainfall started to move in for Bexar County. And you can see where the heavier rainfall really was focused along I-10, moving up towards Austin. There were areas, and this is all an estimate of the 24-hour rainfall, but there are areas that could have received up to about 4 inches of total rainfall over near Austin where that heavier rainfall moved in. But here in South Texas, again, we really need that rainfall. We've been dealing with drought conditions now for quite some time, adding to the fire conditions, but it was just so dry, we never did see any of that rainfall even really accumulate. Tilden did see a little bit, but most we saw is about 1 inch total, and that was closer to I-37 and I-35. Now, storm reports all across Texas. This is the last 24-hour storm reports. These are not confirmed yet. The National Weather Service will be sending their crews out in the next couple of days, and they're going to be taking a look at where those tornadoes were reported, and they're going to be confirming them, investigating any of the storm reports. and telling us about the damage that they're seeing, giving an estimate on if those tornadoes were confirmed tornadoes, and if they were, how strong they were. So taking a closer look here in South and Central Texas. Here in San Antonio, we did not see any reported tornadoes, but we did see a lot of hail. Let me bring up a pointer. So this is all San Antonio right here, where I'm pointing with the arrow. And you can see all of the hail reports that happened. There was some strong wind gusts, some trees down, but overall, the first chance for any reported tornadoes that happened up towards Austin. That's the little tornado icons that we're looking at. So up towards Austin, that's where the reported tornadoes were. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but we have seen several videos up near, I'm sorry, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Elgin? Greg, is it Elgin? Is that how they pronounce it? Elgin? Okay. No, you're good. So Elgin, we did see some, what the National Weather Service has already confirmed as tornadoes. We've seen that footage. Round Rock as well. But up near Bryan, throughout Austin, those are the areas that we really saw those storm cells strengthen and begin to form actual tornado cells. So thankfully here in San Antonio, only hail, some downed trees. We did have power outages, but again, the tornadoes that the National Weather Service will be investigating over the next couple of days, those happened closer to Austin and throughout Central Texas. Now the chance for severe weather that I was talking about, again, tornado watch is already in place across Louisiana. So the Storm Prediction Center has issued the best chance for severe weather. That area in red, that's a level 4 out of 5. That's across Jackson and throughout Jackson, Mississippi, and throughout Louisiana. So the South is really seeing those strengthened storms now pushing through as they've continued to move out of Texas, heading their way. And those are going to be the areas that we are looking at. Well, that's not very nice, but oh well. Somebody said, really disappointed my area of San Antonio didn't get any rainfall. We all really need that rainfall. We've been dealing with those drought conditions over the last several months. Unfortunately, most of us, just because of how dry conditions have been, didn't see any of that precipitation end up accumulating. But taking a look at what's happening throughout the rest of the week, the fire danger goes right along with that chance for rainfall, unfortunately, that we did not receive. I'm sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments. All right, so the fire danger for today. Again, unfortunately, we did not see that rainfall that we really desperately need as we deal with those drought conditions. But I'm sorry, somebody just said that I should not say so much. I'm going to work on that. But fire danger, we are looking at the very high chance for fire, everything in light pink. And then the extreme chance is going to be for this area over Cotulla, throughout the Rio Grande, where those drought conditions are very extreme. So avoid any outdoor burning. Fire danger will be in place throughout the rest of the week as we deal with those continued dry conditions. Lower chance is going to be the area in green throughout Victoria Cuero, where they really saw that heavy rainfall happening over the last 24 hours. Taking a look at what's happening over the next 12 hours, beautiful sunny conditions, much cooler air, so maybe even grab a light jacket as you're heading out the door. I grabbed mine. Temperatures are going to be in the low 70s for us today and over the next couple of days. Beautiful, gorgeous, but a little bit cooler than those 80s and that high humidity that we were feeling just a few days ago. As for the afternoon highs, if you're in South Texas, closer to the Rio Grande, again, per usual, temperatures are going to be a bit warmer there. About a 10-degree difference across San Antonio and across South Texas, from Fredericksburg up in the Hill Country, feeling those temperatures in the 60s, and then down in George West in the low 80s. Somebody said I was keeping a close eye on Georgetown and Round Rock. Oh, thank you so much, Adriana. That's so sweet of you. As far as Georgetown and Round Rock, I was watching KVU's coverage yesterday. Of course, I was watching Bill as well. But San Antonio, we really didn't see the extreme weather that Austin was seeing. So I was tuning into KVU, and Shane and Erica just did a fantastic job covering that nonstop weather that they were seeing, covering the tornado watches and warnings that were in place. So they did a fantastic job covering all of that. It was really interesting to watch how that played out. But our afternoon highs today, warmest temperatures are going to be in South Texas, George West looking at 83 in Beeville, and 73 in San Antonio. So beautiful day for us. I'm a little bit excited about the cooler weather. a few more days of those 70s before we heat back up. So that's what we're looking at right now, this upper level pattern. And I'm shaking my air right now and just showing what's happening. We have this dip in that upper level weather pattern. So that's the cold air that's coming in from the north right now, all across Texas, feeling those colder temperatures, but it is going to change. So the next couple of days, still going to be in the 70s with that dip over us, but then check this out. We're following that area in yellow. It's going to be pushing back in as we head into Friday and Saturday. That's when we're looking at, my daughter lives in those areas. Oh, is she okay? What kind of, Roland said that his daughter lives in the Round Rock area. So let us know if what she's seeing in her area. That is very interesting. Also, somebody asked, is El Paso getting rainfall? Nobody's going to be seeing rainfall over the next couple of days, unfortunately. The entire KENS 5 team did an awesome job. Thank you. Thank you so much. They really did. I worked yesterday morning, but Paul, Ryan, Bill, they were all in yesterday evening, and they just did a fantastic job with that coverage. So they always do a great job, but really, really impressed by everything that I saw yesterday. Yes, enjoying those temps before triple digits arrive in May and June. So I came here from South Carolina, and temperatures were hot there. It was humid. I lived in Columbia, which, if you don't know anything about South Carolina, it's right in the middle of the state. And so we would be shoved in between the mountains and the ocean, get really hot and humid. We were 100 degrees every day, but everyone tells me you've not felt anything until you've survived a Texas summer. So enjoying those last few days of the 70s before we really start to feel that warm air come in. And that's what's going to be happening as we head into the weekend. Not the hundreds yet, but we are going to return to the 80s as that upper level pattern starts to move out and we start to see that warmer air filter back in. So that area in yellow and orange, that's over South Texas right now that we're looking at. My clicker is not, okay, here we go. So that is going to be the warm air pushing back in, and it's going to happen by Friday and into Saturday. So high temperatures next 5 days, exactly what we're talking about now. Temperatures in the low 70s for us over the next couple of days. Then into Friday and Saturday, that's when we're looking at warming back up into the 80s. Certainly going to be a pool day for some of us if you can enjoy it. Someone said, my daughter lives in Round Rock, Texas. Let us know what she was seeing, if she's told you anything about what she experienced yesterday, if there's any damage to the area that she was in. Again, KVU also did a fantastic job covering that weather, and we're going to be talking more about that throughout the show today as the National Weather Service continues to confirm those tornadoes and we see more footage coming out of the Round Rock, Austin area. All right, 7-day forecast. Going to be beautiful really throughout the rest of the week. I'm looking forward to the cooler temperatures, low 70s, and then we heat back up. My daughter's fiance was hiding in the restroom. That's the best place to be. And that's something that we talked about a lot yesterday, was having your severe weather plan in place. This is the first time that we've seen those chances for severe weather to this magnitude since last year, since about May of 2021. And so it's really just worth it to brush up on your severe weather plan, especially if you have small children, reminding them where they need to go in the case for severe weather. Restroom, bathroom is always a fantastic place to go because there's typically not windows, and so that protects you from any broken glass that could happen in those strong winds that we typically see during severe weather situations. But taking a look at your 7-day forecast now, just a beautiful rest of the week. Enjoy the low 70s before we heat back up into the weekend. That's when we're going to be returning to those mid 80s and sunny and dry. The breezy conditions that we're seeing right now, they're going to continue into the afternoon, but they are going to diminish into our overnight hours and leave us calm into Wednesday and for the rest of the week. I'd love to see you on the weekends. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I love being with you guys on the weekends. But I am going to sign off. I'm doing our 12 o'clock show, so make sure to tune into that. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know in the chat, and I can answer those. There is a great video. Someone said cars were flipped in the Round Rock area. There's a fantastic video on KENS 5 right now that came out of, I believe, Round Rock. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it was the Austin area, of a car that was flipped, landed on the ground, and then just continued to drive. It is crazy. So make sure if you get a chance to check that out. And of course, have your severe weather plan in place so that you are not in a vehicle in that situation. Someone said prayers to the folks who were affected. Some of us in San Antonio were blessed and not impacted. Yes, definitely prayers to those who were impacted. There's a lot of damage across the Austin and Central Texas area, so definitely hearts and prayers are with them today. But I'm going to sign off, and I will see you guys at 12 o'clock and then later today in the evening. Bill will be back in, of course, for our evening shows. So have a great day.